Imagine a world sculpted by ice. Towering glaciers, vast and serene, reflect the sunlight like 1,000 shattered mirrors. These frozen rivers, etched into the landscape over millennia, hold a beauty that is both captivating and fragile. They stand as testaments to the power of nature, to the slow, inexorable forces that shape our world. But what happens when these icy giants succumb to warming? What are the consequences when the very landscapes that define our planet begin to disappear? Glaciers are far more than just scenic wonders. They play a vital role in the Earth's delicate climate system. These frozen reservoirs store vast amounts of fresh water, regulating the flow of rivers and influencing ocean currents. Their presence shapes ecosystems, providing habitats for unique species adapted to the cold. Yet these icy giants are in retreat across the globe, from the Himalayas to the Andes, from Greenland to Antarctica. Glaciers are melting at an alarming rate. The consequences of this rapid melt are far-reaching, impacting not only distant ecosystems, but also our own lives in profound ways. Glaciers form over centuries as snow accumulates and compresses under its own weight, transforming into dense ice. This process, a delicate balance between snowfall and melt, is easily disrupted by a changing climate. As global temperatures rise, primarily due to human-induced greenhouse gas emissions, the rate of melting surpasses the rate of snowfall. The consequences are stark. Glaciers shrink their once imposing fronts, retreating up valleys, leaving behind barren landscapes. Meltwater floods rivers, initially causing increased flow, but ultimately leading to water scarcity as the glaciers diminish. The delicate equilibrium of our planet's water cycle is thrown into disarray. Section 4. Rising tides, the ocean's response. Perhaps the most well-known consequence of glacier melt is rising sea levels. As glaciers melt, the water flows into the ocean, increasing its volume. This rise in sea level threatens coastal communities and ecosystems worldwide. Low-lying islands face the risk of complete submergence, displacing entire populations. Coastal erosion intensifies, redrawing maps and claiming valuable land. Saltwater intrusion contaminates freshwater sources, impacting agriculture and drinking water supplies. The consequences are a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet's systems. Section 5. Thirst of a changing world. In our rapidly changing climate, the thirst for water is becoming more pronounced and more urgent. The impact of glacier melt extends far beyond rising sea levels. It affects ecosystems, human livelihoods, and the very fabric of our natural world. Glaciers act as natural reservoirs, storing fresh water during periods of high precipitation and releasing it gradually throughout the year, particularly during dry seasons. This process is essential for maintaining the balance of water systems. This steady flow of meltwater is crucial for agriculture, industry, and human consumption. Farmers depend on this water to irrigate their crops, ensuring food production remains stable. As glaciers shrink, so too does this vital water source. The reduction in glacier size means less water is stored and subsequently released, leading to a cascade of environmental and societal challenges. Rivers that rely on glacial meltwater experience reduced flow, impacting irrigation systems and jeopardizing food security. The reduced water flow means less water is available for crops, which can lead to lower yields and increased food prices. Communities dependent on glacial meltwater for drinking water face increasing scarcity, leading to competition for resources and potential conflict. As water becomes more scarce, tensions can rise, and conflicts over water rights and access can become more frequent and severe. The impact on future generations is also a concern. Children growing up in these communities may face a future where water is even more scarce, affecting their health, education, and overall quality of life. Scientists are working tirelessly to understand the full extent of glacier melt and its implications. Through research and data collection, they aim to develop strategies to mitigate these impacts and adapt to the changing environment. Communities are also coming together to discuss and implement water conservation strategies. By working collectively, they hope to find sustainable solutions to manage their water resources more effectively. Efforts such as rainwater harvesting, efficient irrigation techniques, and the protection of natural water sources are becoming increasingly important. These measures can help alleviate some of the pressures caused by diminishing glacier meltwater. While the challenges are significant, there is hope. Through innovation, cooperation, and a commitment to sustainability, it is possible to adapt to these changes and secure a more stable water future for all. Section 6. Life finds a way, new beginnings. In the heart of nature's grand theatre, we witness a remarkable transformation. While the consequences of glacier melt are undeniably dire, they also set the stage for new beginnings. The melting glaciers, a stark reminder of our changing climate, reveal landscapes that have been hidden for millennia. Nature possesses an extraordinary capacity for adaptation. As the ice retreats, it unveils a blank canvas, ready to be painted with life. In the wake of retreating glaciers, new ecosystems emerge. These nascent environments are a testament to nature's resilience and ingenuity. Barren landscapes, once locked beneath ice, gradually come to life. The once desolate and icy terrains begin to transform, sprouting new life and vibrant greenery. Pioneer species, adapted to harsh conditions, are the first to colonize these newly exposed areas. These hardy organisms, such as lichens and mosses, pave the way for more complex life forms. They colonize these newly exposed areas, creating a foundation for future biodiversity. Over time, these pioneers alter the soil and microclimate, making it hospitable for other species. These post-glacial ecosystems play a crucial role in carbon sequestration. As plants grow and thrive, they absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Plants absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, converting it into organic matter through photosynthesis, storing it in their tissues and in the soil. This process not only supports plant growth, but also helps to mitigate the effects of climate change. This natural carbon sink helps to mitigate climate change, acting as a buffer against the increasing levels of greenhouse gases, underscoring the importance of protecting and restoring these fragile ecosystems. By safeguarding these areas, we ensure that they continue to provide essential services such as carbon sequestration, biodiversity conservation, and climate regulation. These new beginnings are not just a testament to nature's resilience, but also a call to action for us to protect and nurture our planet's delicate balance. Section 7, a future on thin ice. Our call to action. As we stand at the precipice of a critical moment in our planet's history, we are called to reflect deeply on the choices we make today. The fate of our planet's glaciers hangs in the balance. These ancient ice formations, which have stood the test of time for millennia, are now rapidly disappearing before our eyes. Their rapid melt is a stark warning, a clear indication of the profound impact of human activities on the Earth's climate system. The accelerated melting of glaciers is not just a distant phenomenon, it is a direct consequence of our carbon footprint, our industrial activities, and our relentless pursuit of growth at the expense of nature. The consequences of inaction are far-reaching, threatening not only distant ecosystems, but also our own well-being. The melting glaciers contribute to rising sea levels, which in turn threaten coastal communities, displace populations, and disrupt global weather patterns. The time to act is now. We are at a critical juncture where our decisions will shape the future of our planet. The urgency cannot be overstated. Every moment of delay exacerbates the problem, making it harder to reverse the damage. We must reduce greenhouse gas emissions through a rapid transition to renewable energy sources, sustainable land management practices, and responsible consumption patterns. This transition is not just a necessity, it is an opportunity to create a more sustainable, equitable, and resilient world. The future of our planet and the well-being of generations to come depends on our collective action. It's a shared responsibility that transcends borders, cultures, and generations. We must come together as a global community to address this pressing issue. Let us heed the warnings of the melting glaciers and choose a path towards a sustainable and equitable future. By making conscious choices in our daily lives, advocating for policies that protect the environment, and supporting innovations that reduce our carbon footprint, we can make a difference. The journey ahead is challenging, but it is also filled with hope and possibility. Together we can turn the tide and ensure a thriving planet for future generations.